You know, up until a week ago, my life had been only updates and blessings. All around our all-American town, Cedar Glen, flowers were brilliantly in bloom. And I had a new specific pair of air hoopser, air cushioned X22 33s. I was named the school Hucklebuckle team in Bengals. Bingo! And I was just voted by schoolmates as most popular boy in the class, though I'd have preferred most likely to succeed. I was about to spend a warm spring evening with Joandy, with prospects of ending up on Moonlight Bluffs. I felt vibrant and eager to rumdingle with my adorable Drandy as I pulled up for a Friday night date. From the start, Joanny acted odd, normally talkative. On the way to the multiplex when I offered a choice of movies.
I don't care. You can choose. Pull over, Billy. I have something important we need to discuss. I'm pregnant.
Whoopsie-doopsie. Whoopsie-doopsie. Pregnant. That meant she was expecting a baby. There was little question that I was responsible. Well, partly responsible, that is. I couldn't be totally responsible since Joanny was a willing participant and given much thought to mattressing. In fact, before Joanny did it the first time, she told me she had talked about it with her mom.
I am so proud to have a daughter who feels close enough with me to seek my advice. But I recommend against it.
Citing the usual reasons.
Venereal disease, loss of self-esteem, placing too much importance on a relationship at such a young age, pregnancy.
But then she assured Joanny.
It's your decision. You're a big girl now.
Just like I had handled it. It was a child of mine, I thought at first, treating Joanny like an adult. But then I reflected that maybe she wasn't at all treating Joanny like an adult. If she was talking to a real adult, she'd have told Joanny in no uncertain terms.
Don't do it, honey. Wait.
But she was being a typical understanding mother of a teenager, trying to outsmart her daughter by assuming Joanny was just a defiant adolescent who rebelled against whatever she was told not to do. The next time I was at their house, I felt squigglish, sensing her mom thinking,
So, this is the boy who wants to deflower my little child.
Have you been taking the pills? Joanny was started on birth control pills by her family doctor for a broken out face.
Joe, birth control pills use the same chemicals as pills to clear complexions. So now you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. Now you can have as much sex as you want, and you probably won't get knocked up.
We had been discussing the possibilication of making love, and now the pills, in effect, had given us permission to.
Of course I have, except for once or twice when I forgot.
Are you sure you're pregnant?
Yes, the doctor told me this morning he's very certain about it.
Joanny, birth control pills don't always work. The odds are minuscule, 1 in 100, 1 in 100,000, who knows? But it is a statistical possibility that some girls on the pill will conceive. Just like it's a statistical certainty that someone wins the big prize in a lottery, even though it's unlikely that any given person will win. But the good news is, we have no nuisance.
misfortunate side of a statistical probability.
Understanding that birth control pills weren't foolproof, we'd agreed that it was better to go overboard on protection. So in addition to her birth control pills, I wore a condom. Maybe I should have said something that night when the condom broke inside her. But I asked myself, what was the point? She was on birth control pills anyway. Why ruin her mood? Do your parents know?
No, I haven't told anyone about it. We could get an abortion.
An abortion? This could not be happening to Billy Harrington, high school junior, popular boy, college bound, and careful. Well, usually careful. The shock of her news was so thunderful, I needed to deal with it right now. Why don't we think about it?
Okay, let's just go to the movies.
Needless to say, that night we didn't visit Moonlight Bluffs. An even greater void was Joanny making no comment about my new splendific air hoops or air cushioned X2233s. We left each other with nothing resolved. I was disgrappled. That is, ashamed, guilty, angry, inept, and cornered. Suppose Joanny and me got married right away instead of whipping through college and graduate studies and then becoming a professional. I struggled to support a family, trying to keep awake through night classes and smudging off baby dribble and changing diapers, selling women's shoes by day. I hadn't had an opportunity to speak to anyone yet about my predicamentation. How would they react? My college professor dad, Gordon Harrington.
Whoopsie-doopsie!
Uh-oh.
Marriage is a societal right that signifies and institutionalizes a union between individuals, committing them solely to each other, the merger proclaiming a single unit. But you've been thoughtless, damaging your chance to obtain a higher education and to get ahead in today's cutthroat marketplace.
My mom, Molly Harrington, a psychotherapist.
Worry is the dark room in the mind where negatives are developed. So just remember, you are a colorful teddy bear and not a rabbit with the measles. Okay? Whoopsie-doopsie.
Uh-oh.
And my goodness me jeepers, you have behaved counter to the Lord's word and all that we have brought you up to be.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh, it's okay, Billy. I'll always be your mom no matter what predicamentation you get yourself into. Though I'm not sure how the Lord will feel about this.
My younger brother, Gordon Harrington Jr. Junior, Joanny's pregnant.
Pregnant? Whoopsie-doopsie!
Uh-oh.
You the father?
Of course I am. Joanny wouldn't cheat. And hey, I may not be a father yet. We're considering an abortion, Joanny and me.
You can't do that!
Well, why not?
I am not sure who's worse, the twisted unfortunates who go in for them, or the miserable immoralists who perform them. Abortions are scudgy acts of desperation performed by the unsanitary money-grubbing hands of ungodly degenerates using coat hangers.
It won't hurt that much, dearie.
And those are just the doctors that work at Planned Parenthood clinics.
That's not true. Most doctors perform abortions at sterile, well-equipped clinics. They are kindly and they care about their patients, I think.
Now Except for the next 10 days, it's oral sex only. You hear?
It's just not right to kill a living thing.
Well, vegetables and fruit are alive before we kill them by picking them.
Because they're food. Besides, vegetables and fruits don't have salts. They have pits, not salts.
But all animals have souls, even roaches.
They're pests. It's okay to kill pests. And don't tell me an unborn baby's a pest.
It's not an unborn baby, it's just a bunch of cells.
It's a living being. It's not just a bunch of cells.
It may be technically alive, but it's not a human being. It's not formed. It's too small.
Well, what size does it have to be before it becomes a human being?
Well, how do I know?
Of course you don't know. You're not a bygone.
A what?
A doctor who takes care of pregnant women is GYTON.
That's an OBGYN.
Same thing.
And it's not up to them to decide what's a human being and what's not.
Well, who decides that?
Oh, philosophers and eminent scholars devote their lives to thinking about that stuff.
The moment the human sperm fertilizes the human egg, bam! We have a human being.
The zygote is not a human being until the number of cells equals 3 pi times 10 to the 28th power.
Frog,
Liar!
creep,
Pompous ass news!
ass nose. What bogus college did you graduate from, moron?
I am going to revise your biography on Wikipedia!
Oh yeah? Well, I'm going to unfriend you on Facebook.
Stop making excuses, bro. You just don't want to have a baby now.
One mistake and all my plans short just like that.
Sorry, Billy.
Would you do me a favor and not tell Mom or Dad yet?
I'll be cool. Even if I am sharing a room with a potential murderer. Sorry, Billy.
Junior was 3 years younger than me, but catching up to maturity. It wasn't always that way. I recall when he was a baby, about a year old, and taking attention away from me. Like just before my birthday party.
Oh, happy birthday, sweetheart.
Mom sang him a lullaby, which this stupid brat couldn't understand anyway.
Junior. Oh, who's ready for their lullaby, huh? Mama put Junior on the treetop. If he should fall, he'll land with a plop. Oops, the branch broke. Roar! Junior took a fall. Junior crashed to the ground, diaper and all. Poor Junior fell on his sweet head, and Mama grieved 'cause Junior was dead. But Mama was wrong, it was just a concussion, and Junior survived. End of discussion.
Mom, Junior isn't as cute as I was when I was a baby.
Oh, Billy, you are just so lucky to have a baby brother to play with. Oh, sounds like the guests for your party are arriving.
Playing with? I don't think this stupid brat will really play with anything. He can't even hold a waddle.
Your guests are here.
Joannie, go and play with Billy.
Ow!
Billy, sweetheart, you get to come over here and sit in the seat of honor.
I know I'll have to tell the truth as long as I am in this seat. That's what honor's about, telling the truth. I wonder why, except for my birthday, Dad always gets to sit in the seat of honor. Why doesn't Dad let Mom sit here once in a while? Do girls tell the truth less often than boys? Maybe that's the difference between boys and girls that I don't know about yet.
It's time for birthday cake.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Billy. Happy birthday to
Wish.
Stupid face, Billy.
Joanne?
Try again, Billy.
Wish.
One more time, Billy.
Go ahead, Billy.
Joanne?
Go ahead.
Wish.
Oh!
You ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday, chop, chop, chop. Happy birthday, chop, chop, chop. Happy birthday, chop, chop, chop.
You are such a charming host.
Oh, how enchanting of you to say that.
A present! Oh, no. Joanne, this present belongs to Billy.
How can I thank you for saving Billy's present, Carol?
Oh, well, I'll think about it. Until next time.
Mi casa es su casa.
Hey, Mom, don't you know that nobody in Duquaine's family speaks French?
Billy, sweetheart, just hush, okay?
Joanne wasn't very nice to me at my birthday party, but isn't it amazing how people can change? How she could later become such a wonderful friend. Anyway, who were the kids who became teenage fathers anyway? Weren't they usually the dull kids whose wit was mainly based in profanity? Dropouts whose grades were so low they weren't going to graduate anyway? Who took substances to get high and never read books?
What did you get on the exam?
42.
I'm smarter than you. I got 46.
Hey, I like smoking this stuff.
Yeah? Maybe that's why we can say we go to high school.
Look what I found! Look! Oh, it's still here! Whoa, what? Right? Yuck.
Man,
Woo!
this is some good stuff.
Yeah? I stole it from my mother's last night.
Yeah?
The irresponsibles who never amount to anything? That wasn't me. Or was I becoming that sort of person? And sooner or later I'd have to face Strandy's mom. Not to mention her dad. What would he do when he learned that his only daughter was expecting a baby? I'll break his back!
Billy, run! Daddy, stop!
Where'd he go?
It wasn't my fault, it was fate!
Oh, yeah? I'll show you fate, you hedonistic beaver thief.
It was the Lord's will.
No, Lord, I know, you substandard weasel. Whose fault was it then, you little rooster?
Your wife, she made a big blunder.
What? My wife? So you've been pounding her too, eh?
Daddy! No! Daddy!
Holy friggle fraggle. Holy friggle fraggle, friggle fraggle.
Joanne was always trying to protect me. She was a splendific friend, privy to my nature.
Even if everyone thinks you're cheerful and outgoing, I know that the true Billy is sensitive and introverted on the inside.
We confess the most private emotions to each other. I'm afraid of snakes, and I felt clumsy and wasn't at all sure what to do when we first matched.
I know. I'm afraid of spiders.
Oh, did you also want to tell me that you two weren't sure what to do when we first matched?
Even small spiders.
I felt a cuddly warmth being with Joannie. Was it love? I'd never been in love before and wasn't at all sure what significations to look for. Here I was, not mature enough to even know if I was in love, and now a baby was on the way. What about Joannie's feelings and plans? I wondered if she thought like I did about the prospectation of being a teenage parent.
Do I want the repetitive mindless chores of caring for a baby? Will I ever play fairly again with my friends? Will they look at me now as a person of a different generation? Will I have to recycle bottles and cans to provide a good example for my child, even though the baby yet hadn't even said mama and was years away from ecology, evolution, and conservation? Will I have to show off baby photos so others could say,
The baby is so cute!
or will I hold off showing any photos and have the world wonder why I didn't show them?
What kind of mother
Doesn't show off!
Any photos of her kid?
Both of us had plans for careers as successful professionals.
Congratulations, Billy, on graduating medical school.
And congratulations to you, Joannie. It's not everyone who passes the bar on their first shot and has already a position as a Supreme Court justice.
Which I will take because I want to be with you, Billy.
None of that might happen now. And even though she's the one that first brought up the idea of abortion, I really don't feel she wants that. And what would she think of me if I said, you know, an abortion isn't a bad idea at all?
Billy, you are heartless and inhumane with a dark side that I obviously never knew about.
I'm so incompetent. If I only knew what I really wanted, maybe I could figure out what to do. You know, Junior had put a thought in my mind. Are we sure I'm the father? I'm not with Joannie every minute. I'm sure she's been tempted before, just like I've been tempted. Like those girls who try to get cozy with me.
Billy?
Yes?
Billy, I think I have a wedgie. Could you help me get rid of it?
Can't you do it yourself?
Well, my arms are all tied up right now. Billy, your air hoopster air cushion S2233s are really splendific.
You know, I got hucklebuckle practice. I better find out from Joannie what's going on. I hope her mom won't answer the phone.
Hello?
Joannie, please.
Oh, hi, Scott. Joannie said she really admires you.
Scott? The big man on campus? The captain of the chess team? I mean, she's always been attractivated to brains. Could he have seduced her? Nah, she's too smart for that. Although he is used to thinking 3 moves ahead. Maybe he managed to talk her into a game of strip chess.
Your move.
Captured your queen!
Why don't you just checkmate me?
It's more fun to watch you remove an item of clothing every time I capture a piece.
Okay.
No! I should have more confidence in Joannie.
Hi, sweetheart. How is everything?
Fine, Mom.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Why do you ask?
Just mother's intuitization.
Well, if your intuition is so good, why don't you ever win at bingo?
Bingo has little to do with the nurturing of a child, Billy.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh, it's okay. I just want to be a good mom to you, Billy. My baby Billy.
Nothing's wrong, and I'm not a baby.
Oh, of course not.
At least this pregnancy deal proves I'm no longer a baby. Babies don't have babies. Playing with babies is for girls. Not to be sexist about it, it's just the way things are. Changing diapers and speaking coochie, 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 it's just for girls. I mean, why do they force boys in my school to take women's studies classes? I don't have to take a class in African American studies, or Latino studies, or gay studies. I mean, why are women so important anyway? Well, I know several reasons why they're important, but why do they have to be studied as a separate group? I know my women's studies teacher wouldn't be happy with this viewpoint. Why isn't there a men's studies class?
Because, young man, most of existing written history is men's studies. I am woman, hear me roar, the number's too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend.
The world is reconfiguring itself. I mean, men can't even whistle at pretty girls or else they face a lawsuit. And my world is radicalizationally changing. I'll never be the same innocent Billy. Now a Billy with the prospect of abortion in his life. You suppose Mom had an abortion when I was conceived. I might not have been born. Or I might have been born to some other mom instead.
Coochie, coochie, coochie.
If I had been born to some other mom instead, I probably wouldn't even be a Billy. I'd like different music. Or wear different clothes. I'd probably live in a land where English wasn't spoken.
Jag ska stå dingo på precis.
Pardon me, but what was so funny?
Vi ser vad fast du.
Tuzinski,
Peace offer.
Svendrik.
Back to reality. In a few months, Joannie's swollen belly would be obvious.
I guess I'm just getting fat.
Gotta cut down on those Cheetos.
Everybody would know that I was a father. At school, I was usually at the center of activities.
Hey, Billy! I want some Uncle Buckle at lunchtime.
Billy, let's talk about what colleges we're going to apply to.
Instead, now would be...
Hey, I want some Uncle Buckle at lunchtime.
Oh, maybe we should talk about what colleges we plan to apply
Oh,
to.
yeah, sure.
I'm thinking of Harvard.
Oh, no way. Yale for me.
Yale? Don't you have to have a D- to get into Yale?
Oh, I'm so close. I made an F+.
Wow, you're
always
so close.
happens to me.
Then one day, not being familiar with being pregnant, Joannie might give birth. In front of the whole class. Maybe even the English composition class taught by Mr. Dinko, the bachelor.
Today, class, we will be discussing punctuation in contemporary novels with regards to contractions.
Ow! Speaking of contractions!
She's having the baby here and now. Call the school nurse. Somebody boil some towels.
I'm having a baby? I thought it was just a stomachache.
Oh, Joannie, you're definitely not in touch with your body.
Billy did it.
Then I realized I needed to steel myself to being hopeful and optimistic. Surely a mom and dad can have fun with their kid. I remember the pleasure my folks sometimes felt when I was young.
Oh, Molly! Oh, Molly! Oh, Molly! Oh,
I recall going to the bedroom early one morning.
oh Molly!
Oh! Hi, Billy.
Hi, son.
Can you make me some of your jalapeno pancakes for breakfast?
Billy, come here. Close to me. Whoops! Looks like your nose has become dislodged. It might be in the kitchen. Why don't you look for it there? It may be hard to find, so keep looking.
And if it's not in the kitchen, check in the garage.
Molly. Perhaps I needed a dramatic change in perspectivation. Instead of panicky and contrary, be positive, thoughtful, and open-minded. Surely many men had kids because they wanted to play with them or to pass along nuggets of wisdom. And not just because the female party accidentally got pregnant. You know, if I had a son, I could seal his nose. I could roughhouse with him. I could teach him how to play hucklebuckle. I get out of the van near the hucklebuckle field with my son just before a game. Have a great game, son.
Oh, what an athlete your kid is.
You know, I was pretty good at hucklebuckle when I was a kid.
You must be so proud.
I am.
So proud.
This thing was spectacular!
But then again, after the game, I returned the van to Joanne's dad. I dropped the kid off at home. Thanks for letting me borrow the van again.
My pleasure, loser. Ooh, hey, the front tire of your bike needs air.
Thanks.
Oh, congratulations on your promotion. What are you now, assistant manager of the shoe store?
Senior sales clerk. I'm working my way up to assistant manager, sir.
Holy friggle-fraggle, holy friggle-fraggle.
This, my new role, I definitely felt lost and alone. But then I decided I needed to stop being such a Confucianated soul. I needed to grow up and be a man. I also needed to determine if Junior's suspicion about Joanne had any validity to it. So I called her. Joanne, please.
This is Joanne.
Oh, let's meet. We'll go to the park. Hi. How's it going, babe? Usually she answers with her patented silly alliteration to a vegetable.
Kahn is a contented corn,
Or,
excited as an electrified eggplant.
but this time, how's it going, babe?
I'm fine.
I missed you.
I miss you too. Well, what did you want to talk about, Billy?
Joanne, I guess I'm gonna have to ask you straight out.
Yes?
Have you ever played chess?
No. I want to know a knight's gambit from Amazon pawn capture. Why do you ask?
No particular reason.
Billy Harrington, what are you getting at?
Jenny, have you ever been with another boy, man, besides me? I mean, did it with anyone else?
Billy Harrington, how could you ask such a question? Would I ever ask you something like that?
No,
Well, what do you think about me doing it with somebody else?
I'm not sure.
Well, of course I have. I'm 17 years old.
Then I might not be the father.
No such luck. It's only been you the past year, and I'm pretty ticked off that you think I've been cheating on you.
I didn't think that, I just needed to make sure.
Well, what else did you want to talk about, Billy?
Well, I think we need to discuss what to do about your, our situation, pregnant and all that.
Okay, well, one option is to have the baby and to give it up for adoption.
Adoption? How could we? Whatever happens, a parent shouldn't give up their child, as my mom might say.
provide an eyes.
But on second thought, now that I'm older, I realize that, no, the Lord won't necessarily provide an eyes, at least in such a way to keep from wrecking the parents' lives. So how could we give up a child who would go through life knowing that he was adopted and wonderizing why his parents would give him up, and speculating what his real parents were like? We might be despised.
Who would despise us?
The child who we gave up.
He or she won't even know we exist.
Who, you read all the time about kids who, after they grow up, find their biologicalized parents.
Pardon me. Are you Billy Harrington?
Yes.
And are you his wife, Joannie?
Yes, I'm Joanny Gold. I kept my last name when we got married.
I'm the child you gave up for adoption.
That means I'm your mother.
And I'm your father.
Biologically, I've been looking for you two for a very long time, and I finally found you.
We really didn't want to give you up.
You were just too young to take care of a baby.
You're heartless and selfish, and I'm happy I was never raised by you two. I have waited my whole life to tell you that. Goodbye. Forever.
I told you, if we gave up the baby for adoption, well, this might be my only chance to have a son.
Could always have another son.
Another son? Sure. I take him to the Huckabuckle field. Have a great game, son.
That's the 15th bangle your son's given up today, Harrington.
He's not having too good a day as a goal guard.
Now that kid on the other team, the one who scored 10 bangles, man, he's spectacular.
He doesn't look anything like his parents.
He's sort of
Looks like...
you.
Oh, this day was a disaster! A complete disaster!
Sorry, guess that party's gonna have to wait.
I don't think adoption is an agreeable option, John.
Okay, or we can have the baby and my mom can help take care of it.
Coochie, coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie, coochie.
Oh! Did you fall and bump your head? Well, now, get up. You must learn not to fall like that. Oh, silly me. You don't even know how to walk yet. Or crawl.
And if the baby lives with us, you can visit whenever you want it.
Sure. The next time I came to visit, I imagined Joanny's mom thinking,
So, this is the deadbeat that turned me, gorgeous, youthful me, into a grandmother.
Ow! Ow!
Oh. Oh.
Or we can have an abortion. It's only been a little bit over a month, and an abortion won't be that difficult at all. What do you think about it? With your family being religious and all.
Oh, God!
Dear Lord, Gordon!
Oh, God!
Oh, no, God!
Oh, Molly, dear Lord!
in fact, I was the only one in my family who was not religious. Like last year, both Junior and I came down with cases of the flu within an hour of each other. He prayed. And I didn't pray. Junior and I recovered at almost the exact same time. Hey, if prayer works, how come we both recovered at exactly the same time?
Because I prayed for the both of us.
How could you just forget to take your pills?
I don't know. I guess my mind was just focused on other things. I do own a smartphone, you know.
Maybe you wanted to get pregnant. Girls like to play with babies?
Billy, I'd like to reconsider our relationship. You think I'm an immature, immoral, silly-head who's cheated on you, and you can't think straight. In a time of crisis, you can't make up your mind. I guess I'm just gonna have to decide this alone, without you. I'm going home.
Joanne.
Billy, this baby is growing in my belly, so in the end, I will be the one who has to decide, and I don't need you in my life anymore.
As I tried to take stock of what just transpirated with Joanne, I conclusionized that I was worse off than before meeting with her. I hadn't told her what I wanted. How could I? I myself didn't know. And she hadn't definitely told me what she wanted either, except to say that she'd do as she pleased. And she was angry at me. I mean, could I blame her? A girl wants to take charge, man, in times of crisis. You know, I always thought that I'd be the battlefield commander, innate leadership, think clearly under pressurization, innovative tactics, outthink the enemy, courage. Now I wasn't sure if I'd rather just take orders and be told what to do. Who was the enemy anyway? The baby? Joanne? The me who seemed to be hiding? And Junior's position on abortion jitterizes me. You know, he overboard sometimes.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let your penises turn in the bed. 2, 4, 6, 8. Having a daughter is really great. Pro-life. Pro-life.
I wasn't sure how I felt about an abortion, but I wanted to keep my options open. You know, you live in a country where people have a choice on how to live their lives. Pro-choice.
I am pro-choice before conception. After conception, I'm pro-life.
Oh, well, I'm pro-life too. That is, I'm pro the life of the person whose life might be ruined by having an unwanted child. If the parent is miserable, how can the child be happy?
The child doesn't have a chance to be happy if he's never born.
Well, abortions mean that a higher proportion of children who are born will be happy. Aren't you in favor of happy children?
I'm happy. You know why? Because I was born. The children who were never born, none of them are happy.
I needed time to think about everything. I mean, what right did Joanne have to cease the decision-making? I was the man. Oh, but what sort of man? So far, I've been a paralyzed figure unable to take charge. I wasn't sure what to make of Joanne's assertion.
I don't need you in my life anymore.
She couldn't mean that. There must be a good explanation for her behavior. I know. How many times after a pernicious remark had she later apologized?
Sorry, Billy. I guess it's just that time of the month.
Yes. Yes, but wait a minute. Now she is pregnant. It couldn't be that time of the month. But wait another minute. Now that she is pregnant, her hormones are probably all screwed up. Maybe she even has some new hormones. Maybe she'll phone me in a bit and say,
Sorry, Billy. It wasn't me. It was just my new screwed up hormones.
oh, I forgive you. You just couldn't help yourself. What did Joanne say? That I can't make up my mind on what I want? Oh, I'll show her. Now knowing that I couldn't marry a woman who made major decisions unilaterally, I'll tell her. Joanne, I don't want to have a baby and keep it because it will ruin our lives and destroy our plans for higher education and becoming professionals.
Billy, sweetheart, I noticed you've been withdrawn the past couple of days and talking to yourself at times. Goodness and ribbons, is there anything you want to talk about?
I long to speak to someone about my predicamentation. No, it's nothing, Mom.
You know, sometimes when we say things out loud, they aren't as bad as they seem.
She was right. Usually strong, unexpressed emotions trembled your insides or scrappled your mind so you acted strangely, even disarranged. It's nothing, Mom. Nothing I can't work out myself.
Oh, I see.
Mom, Jenny's pregnant. I'm the father.
Well, I'll just be in the kitchen if you need me.
Mom! You're a psychotherapist. I need your advice.
Oh, well, I guess, whoopsie-doopsie. Right, Billy, you're so fortunate relative to others. You have your home and your health and all the jalapenos you can eat. You would probably be more depressionized if you were homeless or hungry or someone in the family was wiped out in an accident like your father. Oh, so just don't worry about it, okay?
Mom, knowing that others are worse off doesn't necessarily make a person feel better.
No, but it can make you less likely to complain out loud. Oh, I'm so proud of you. It looks like you've been handling the situation just fine.
No, Mom, I feel awful. Mom, it's not right to get a girl pregnant you're not married to. It's unfair to the baby and unfair to the mother.
And to the father, too.
And to the father, too.
Do you love her? You know, girls only want to marry boys who love them.
No, hush, you don't know what you're talking about. Do you love her? You know, girls only want to marry boys who love them.
Oh. That's good to know. I'm not sure about loving her, Mom.
Are Joanne's parents aware of the situation?
I don't think she's told them yet.
And that's the sad story.
Where's my gun? Oh, here it is. Oh.
Well, what have you two decisionized to do?
Well, we haven't decisionized. It's too hard to decisionize.
Well, then there's just one solution.
What's that?
You just need to look into the mirror, and I'm sure the solution will be right there.
Mom, that's not a mirror. It's a wall.
Oh, anyway.
Shani won't talk with me right now, Mom. She thinks I need to be more decisive.
Oh, sweetie, she's right.
Later in the evening.
Whoopsie-doopsie! But, on the other hand, congratulations! I guess this makes you a man. It's not every male that can reproduce. Some men just can't. That's one reason why there are sperm banks. Of course, your timing's off a bit. At least you know. Your sperm is potent. Run to the family, Billy. Why, my sperm is strong enough to eat through rubber.
How do you mean, Dad?
Well, after we were married, your mom wanted children, but I thought we should concentrate on our careers. We argued about it, but I won, of course. And that's why I used condoms, Billy. But for some reason, they didn't work. Twice. And the end result was you and your brother. So I guess that proved that my sperm was stronger than the rubber of the condom. Billy, it must have eaten straight through.
Thanks, Dad, for reassuring me that I'm like you in a way.
You're welcome. Remember your roots, Billy. Always. Remember your roots.
I will. Dad, how do you know when you're in love?
Ah, love. If when you're with her, your heart vibrates, ding dong, you know you're in love. Otherwise, it's an infatuation. Now, an infatuation is an immature preoccupation of affection that teenagers are susceptible to. It's puerile in its own unparalleled fashion. Get my meaning?
Sure, Dad.
Night, Billy.
Night, Dad.
Oh, Billy. Remember your roots, Billy. That's R-O-O-T-S, Billy, not R-O-U-T-E-S.
R-O-O-T-S.
And in finding future direction, your roots will show you the best route.
Got it, Dad. Well, I guess I can't be a kid forever, but it's hard to give up what you've been, what you've had, and what was important to you. Like losing Joanne. I may not be as attracted to her now as she once said I was.
Ellie, you have an amazing personality and excellent character. You know what you want in life, and you have great shoes. Your attractiveness is not just based on your good looks.
Joanne and I weren't always best friends. In fact, sometimes we were rivals. Like when we ran against each other for school president in 5th grade. My fellow students at Cedar Glen Elementary, here's what I stand for if I become president. First, in order for us students to be the best that we can be, we should be given more homework. Boo! Second, in the school vending machines, replace candy with fruits. Replace soda pop with juices. And serve nutritious vegetables in the cafeteria instead of those nasty hamburgers. Boo! Third, I will organize a drive where a bunch of us students will go through the garbage of as many houses as we can. Take out all the recyclable bottles and cans, cash them in, and give all the money to save the rainforest. Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up!
My fellow students at Cedar Glen, here's what I propose. I think we should have less homework. I'm in favor of more candy bars and soda pop in the vending machines. And I'd rather much have a class picnic than go through some unsellable garbage.
Joanne! 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 Joanne!
After I lost the election by a landslide, I just wanted to do the right thing.
You have a good heart, Billy, but if you want to win, you have to have the brain of a politician. Then you can do whatever you want. Now that I won, I'm going to argue in favor of more homework, more nutritious food in the school vending machines, and hey, why don't I put you in charge of that garbage scavenging thing? Oh, and don't worry, you're still so good looking.
I suppose I get my good looks from my parents, especially from Dad. Pass along his genes. Dad's the regular sort of guy women find attractive.
Oh, Gordon, I really like your pipe. I had such a great time with you last year on New Year's Eve after my husband and your wife passed out.
You know, I really like your gun.
And Dad, being this sort of person who doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, why, who knows what might have happened that night. Whoopsie-doopsie. Dad and Joanne's mom? Suppose they got together before Joanne was born. 9 months before.
Gordon!
Carol!
Gordon!
Oh, Carol!
Oh, Gordon!
Carol! Suppose Joanne's mom got pregnant from Dad. That would make Joanne my sister. Well, my half-sister anyway. But how could I marry my sister? Ew, that would be incest, which is far worse than abortion. why we be as suspicious as hillbillies. Well, hillbillies usually didn't marry their sisters, just their cousins. But me and Jody would be like hillbillies.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
You two really look like you belong together.
What do you mean?
Well, you even sort of look like each other.
Maybe that was because we shared some very significant genes. Dads. Oh, what am I saying? Dad was trustable, faithful. Even Granny's mom knew that. You know, I overheard her once.
Gordon, you are just like old faithful. You can just spurt forever.
Let's come. I mean, let's go.
Dad had to be faithful. Otherwise, he'd be mattressing with someone he wasn't married to. Maybe mattressing without marriage was part of the family's genes. I mean, here I was doing it, and Granny too. It was all determined by our genes. Dad's genes. Mom may have known this was happenizing.
You know, we have something in common, a very important matter to discussionize in private.
Yes, we have a lot in common, Molly, and I love the way you talk.
Come here.
Whoa, maybe Granny and me shared the genes of Granny's dad? Oh, this sure was confusionating and not unwholesome and tenacious. But things can start out sorted, and you can change that if you just try. I guess I could have relied on Granny to make all the decisions, but she might not call me. Of course, I see her at school. But she might ignore me altogether. Hi, Granny.
Hey, if they're not boyfriend, girlfriend anymore, maybe I can put a move on her.
I hear she's easy, very easy.
Maybe you can put a move on Billy.
Who wants to? Why?
Hey, Johnny, wake up!
Billy is so indecisive. That wimp.
If I were to ever regain Joanny, I needed to see her again, in person, and be decisive. But before contacting her, I thought about my roots, about how my life experiences had framed who I was. Then I texted her, Joanny, I'm coming over now to pick you up, or we'll go to the park and have an intelligent conversation about her predicamentation. Said. I drove faster than normal, though not unsafely. It was important to let her know that I was far different from the other day, to present the impression of mastery. When we finally got to the park, Joanny?
Yes, Billy?
Look at those ducks.
Yes, Billy?
You know, I wonder, what is the difference between a mallard and a duck?
Billy,
Yes.
you wanted to talk?
So I did. Well, Joanny, we need to decide today on how to proceed.
I agree.
Any idea what you like to do?
Well, I wanted to hear what you had to say.
See that tree?
Billy,
It must have survived hundreds of years, prevailing over windstorms, insects, drought, and disease. See how majestic that tree is? I want to be like that tree.
Okay.
That tree is healthy and stands so tall because of its roots. What I've done, Joanne, is examine the roots I'm based on.
And what have you found?
Well, that Billy Harrington is someone who occasionally gets lost in life, but he is a person, a man, who doesn't shrink away from his duty. And he also knows who will make him a fine companion. And, if you like, I'd be proud to marry you.
Billy, you've examined yourself and you've found what I've always known, that Billy Harrington is someone that lives up to his responsibilities, and I would be honored that you would consider me to be your wife.
Well, you deserve honor, Joanne.
But there's one thing that you didn't say, that your heart's going ding-dong, that you love me. If you did, you just said it already. If one day you do grow to love me, I would be proud to be your wife, but until then, I don't think we should make any commitment to each other than just to be friends.
I thought it was my duty not to be selfish.
It was your duty to be honest with me. I know that the true Billy Harrington is someone with plans, and to be honest, I have them for myself. When I have a child, I want it to be someone I wholeheartedly love, not something I feel like it's an imposition to have.
You mean we don't have to get married and you give the baby up for adoption?
I would be heartsick if I had to have a baby and give it up. But now that we're talking about it, honestly, Billy, I think it's better than we don't have a baby at all.
Abortion.
Yeah.
Okay. Abortion. I visualized a withdrawn Joanne trudging toward the entrance of some nondescript medical clinic.
Pro-life! Pro-life!
Pro-choice! Pro-choice!
Pro-life!
Pro-choice!
Pro-life!
Pro-choice!
Murderer.
Prude.
Bleeding heart.
Stodgy.
Snowflake.
Schmidaggy.
Democrat.
Republican.
I love to demonstrate.
Me too.
Pro-choice! Pro-choice!
Pro-life! Pro-life!
Pro-choice! Pro-choice!
Pro-life! Pro-life!
Pro-choice!
You can wait out here.
The doors would close behind him. Hours later, I'd get a phone call. I'd be told,
The deed is done. I'm at home, resting comfortably.
that's what I visualized. But now the park, I wondered if Joanne and me were just good friends or whether we were destined to marry. Anyway, I should have been uplifted knowing that I escaped premature fatherhood. But I realized I had been unfair to Joanne. I had been deceptive. Joanne, I'm sorry.
Billy, we did the right thing. It was the best decision for both of us.
No. You don't understand. I spent hours struggling to decide what to say to you. I conclusionized that I wasn't ready to become a father and that it wasn't right to bring into the world a baby we both despised, but I knew if I made it seem I wanted you to get an abortion, you would think I was someone bad.
You can never be bad, Billy.
I manipulated you into not wanting to get married and agreeing to an abortion. I knew if I didn't say I love you and didn't talk about wanting the baby that you wouldn't want to have it, so I intentionally didn't say them.
You're not the hardest person to see through. I knew that you intentionally avoided saying those things because you knew how I would react when you didn't say them. But you would have said them if you truly felt them. You didn't deceive me, you did the proper thing.
I don't know about that.
Well, you did. And hey, you need to clean off your new air hoopster, air cushion, X22 33s. They're covered with dust.
You like them?
They're splendid,
You really think so?
unquestionably.
I love you.
You love me?
Yes, I have, all along.
I love you too.
That makes two of us loving each other.
Billy, one day when we're a bit more mature and we're sure we still really love each other, well, if you find yourself in the same situation, we will get married and have a baby.
That's very wise, Joanne.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, things will sort of be back to normalization. Except,
Except what?
well, except now you and I are years older than we were just a week ago. And I don't think we'll find ourselves in that same situation again.
Why not?
Well, as far as being pregnant, I mean. I found a whole box of these in the back of my dad's closet.
Billy, do you notice anything strange about this package?
Yeah, it's aerated to keep it fresh.